Good evening, folks. Good evening, guys. How are we? I'll just catch up on some of the quick questions that are there. I know it's not quite 7 yet, but I just noticed some questions are already starting to build up a little bit. I was 22 when I got my first car, Cody J. Yeah, I was a bit of a late bloomer when it comes to cars. Someone's looking at getting trumpets for the. Oh, he's saying hi. Say hi, everybody. Looking at getting trumpets for your 1600. The trumpets themselves you can get from a lot of places. I'm not sure what setup you'd need to put the trumpets on though. So, the S13 Vert, am I going to use the same motor or all new? There's a possibility of all new at this point. We'll see how we go. It's obviously just a lot of money, and yeah, but we'll see how we go. Do I like fishing at all? I like it. I used to go fishing a little bit, but I find these days I don't necessarily have spare time for it. However, I would love to get a bit more fishing gear for when I start camping more again, which I do plan to start doing more so in the future when summer comes back. And yeah, my view on diesel drift cars. Why not? I guess. Well, I'll not try and catch up on the questions without losing where I am. That's a tough bit. Right, yeah. Just hi to everybody, obviously. Yeah, this was the video for today. As I said in yesterday's vlog, I won't be doing I took a day off. It was, a year. I'd been doing this for a year. I decided to take a day off. So, yeah. What's my opinion for the best start for a drift car? As always, I'll recommend the 350Z. Might be slightly more to purchase from the start, but it's a very, very, very strong car, very reliable car, as you guys have seen. And yeah, it just does everything I need it to do. And yeah, Princey, you're my best mate, and I got a job for you tomorrow, by the way, mate, because you're my mate. Yeah, well, anyway, should I build an AU Falcon or a BA Falcon for a drift car? Much of a muchness. I don't know. I've seen a few guys with the BA stuff going pretty damn hard, as you guys saw in that vlog with that BA with the bolt-on all Chinese stuff. Man, like that shit was sick. Hope I get a Texas speed deal. Oh, I wish. No, I don't see that happening. Any chance I'm coming to read Surrey in June? I won't say it's impossible, but I don't plan to at this point. 8.6 will be getting tune. Wait, what did we say? There's something about the 8.6. What are you doing, Scarlett? Where do I see the 8.6? When's the 8.6 getting painted? Once I finalize the flare situation, basically I got to work out whether I'm going with steel flares or with fiberglass flares, and yeah, I just sort of need to work that situation out before I pull the trigger on paint. But it shouldn't be too far off realistically. How do your balls fit into a race seat? You just tuck them up when you sit in the seat. Would you and your wife be keen to come get tattooed next time you come to New Zealand? We'll go higher than missiles at the track just up the road afterwards. Tiana? What? Would you be keen to get tattooed by Sanzuku Garage in New Zealand, and then we'll go missile drifting just down at the track just down the road? No. She said sure. Yeah, we do. I do plan to come to D1NZ again. We do have a deal over there and everything, so just waiting for everything to somewhat get back to normal. No, I don't do drift lessons personally. We do run beginner nights at the school at Archie when this COVID stuff isn't around, and when we do those, I'll generally come out and give some pointers. But I don't do like one-on-one teaching or anything. I'm a bad passenger. That's basically the main reason. Harrison Waterhouse. It's really butt hurting him that I don't run socks over my trumpets. So I think I might just leave him off just to upset Harrison. But no, my track's pretty clean, so I'm not really bothered about running anything over the trumpets. I drove the low grain car for well over a year with throttles that pointed directly straight up, exposed out of the bonnet, and didn't hurt the motor. So I don't really see the issue. When I'm driving it on the road, though, I will have socks or a filter over my trumpets. So yeah. What do I have to do to get my hands on one of? What do you mean one of my? What do I have to do to get my hands on one of your cars ready for drifting? None of mine are for sale. My day was pretty good, not bad, not great either, but yeah. My advice to someone who's starting in drifting: get a job where you can make lots of money, because drifting just costs lots of money. That's the best thing I can tell you, because yeah, you need a job that makes a lot of money, but then still leaves you time for drifting. It's a really important one. But money, unfortunately, makes the world go round, and you definitely need a lot of money to be able to drift as much as possible. What happened to that red comp spec car you had in the vlogs a few months back? Oh, the left-hand drive S14. That's been put away. That's a friend of mine's car that I keep, and yeah, it is comp spec S14, and it's a left-hand drive. So when I'm getting ready to go somewhere overseas where I might be driving left-hand drive, I'll generally pull that car out and do some laps in it just to familiarize myself again with left-hand drive rather than turning up at a comp over there. Hey Luke, reckon there will ever be a DCA event at Pheasantwood? We had one planned for this year. One of the round 2 of the national series. I'm looking up because that's where I've got my dates. Round 2 of the national series was planned to be at Pheasantwood Circuit, but with all the COVID stuff, we had cancelled that one. So yeah, we're not sure 100% what we're going to do with the series this year. It's a tough one because yeah, a lot of people don't really have money, and yeah, I think we may just flag everything and run Mount Gambier as like a Matsuri and Cash Kings like we did last year, just for it to be one sort of spicy event for us for the year. We'll see how we go. Coming down to Archie in my Falcon with a few other Falcon fellas on the 6th of June. Sick. You can get tyres mounted at the track. You just got to get in touch with the guys from Black Arts beforehand, before the event, to let them know that you're going to need stuff done. Any chances of Shibby and 86 beanies? Hadn't really thought about beanies, but yeah, I'm probably a bit late for the beanies, just based on the fact that it's already winter. I don't know. By the time I got them done, definitely maybe by the time next winter comes around, they'll definitely be doing that. What about cheaply learning to drift in a BF Falcon NA? Yeah, of course you can. They're just not as durable as a 350Z, and not as like, you can pretty much get a stock 350Z and start drifting, where the Falcon's always going to need some work. Well, when I say some work, you're going to at least need to weld the diff, where the 350Zs generally have a good diff straight up, and you can just, yeah, you can make stuff happen. And I said with Ritsuri is a possibility. I wouldn't say, definitely far from yes by any means. I haven't really thought about it that much, but I guess it is a possibility. Damn, missed my question. What a ratchet. Oh. What up? Your last Z and Corolla drifting might be the coolest drifting video I've seen. Aha, that's a good one. Oh, AJ, thank you for the donation, mate. Much appreciated. New member and a donation. You're a legend. What advice would I give someone who wanted to mungie the Westgate Bridge? You need a Beams 8.6 for that, boy, because you know that car that Mungie that bridge was a Beams A86, best car ever. But yeah, that was funny. He was actually on the way back from DCA in Tasmania. So yeah. Larkins is here. Am I coming up to Eastern Creek anytime soon? No idea. No idea. Hey mate, got the shirts. Surprisingly, 3XL fits me. Good shit. Hopefully. So is there going to be another DCA at Simmons Plains in Tassie? Possibly Matsuri. I don't. Yes, mate. What's up? Sorry, got to tend to the young fella. What? You're gonna pack your bedroom up. You're putting all your toys away. Yeah. You gonna say hi to everybody? Yeah. Hi, everybody. All right, go clean your room. Good boy. Oh. Your thing is hurting me. Oh, the chair hurt you? Okay, right. Let me see where I'm at here. Yeah, DCA, Simmons, Plains. If anything, it'll be a Matsuri. I probably won't bother coming down to Tassie to run any comps or anything down there. It just doesn't really work financially. A lot of work for sort of nothing. What are my thoughts on sim drifting and racing? If somebody gave me a really good sim, I would use it, but I cannot. Like, all I see when people spend thousands of dollars on a sim is more tires so I can go real drifting. So I've driven on really good sims before at what are they called? VR Motorsport here. We have VR Motorsport, which is a simulator place in Brisbane. And yeah, I've had to go there and they are really, really good. And it is super fun. But just I couldn't justify it for myself, personally. I'm too much of a tight ass. You drive too hard for fiberglass flares. Yeah, there's two schools of thought with that because fiberglass flexes. So when your wheel hits it and things like that, it can bend where metal bends and doesn't come back. So yeah. You're my favorite Aussie. Thank you. Are you gonna take Shibby for a cheeky thrash when you get it back? It's the stock CA. It's really not that fast or exciting. It's kind of slow and boring. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure wifey will want to take it for a drive. Hi Luke. I have little vids. I have an IS200. I'm really keen to get into drifting. What do you recommend? If you're a little sketch out to start, like nerves and all that. Get really drunk the night before, so you still have a bit of a hangover, but you're not drunk when you go to the track the next day, and you're probably being more chill. Try that. I don't know. I used to do that for comps. My girlfriend wants to buy a car so she can stop driving my shit. The shortlist is down to a turbo MX-5 or a classic Mini. What would I choose? I would choose a turbo MX-5 just because then you'd be able to take it for thrashes. And even though it's a bit of a hairdresser's car, it's nowhere near as gay boy as a classic Mini. Oh, classic Mini though. Oh, no, it's still got MX-5. I like them. MX-5s are just Mazda 8.6s, really. I'll come send my Civic at the track. Well, you've seen Russell. He's definitely getting that front-wheel drive Liberty, well, sideways enough to spin. So, yeah. You should have brought a Hilux over a Raptor? No way. Hilux is junk compared to a Raptor. Damn. My opinion on an 88 FC RX-7 Vert, I think they look sick. I would love one. I would definitely have to have a roll cage if I had one. They're not very safe. But it, yeah, I do like I like the FCs full stop. They're a really cool car. Merch shirt is super comfortable, I must say. Rad. I just want to say, you know, with the merch stuff, we really take our time to make sure the stuff fits good. You know what I mean? Like, I would not try and sell anything to you guys that I wouldn't personally wear myself. And I'm very picky when it comes to t-shirts and stuff like that. So, yeah, we try and make sure absolutely we're not just trying to sell you shit. You know what I mean? Like the reason the vlog that you'll see tomorrow is somewhat short is because we spent a very big chunk of the day in a meeting working on other merch stuff for you guys. So we will have other really cool things in the works, but yeah, that'll come in time. Would I come to Vic? Yes. Next 4x4 sesh, keen to join. Yeah, just keep an eye out on the page. Can I bring my pulsar and do handbrakies? Sure. Best mountain locally to drift. Got a spot out near Bow Desert. I'm not telling you where it is. Winter all year. It's winter in Australia now. Yeah, it's just coming into winter. If you're from down south in Australia, it's freezing cold already. And up here, it's our version of cold, which is not that cold, but we still call it cold. Was everyone telling me neck a beer? I don't want a beer. And I'm actually out of CC again. I had my last CC yesterday and haven't had a chance to get another one. We're gonna have an AU Como Cup. Any ideas on what a 1982 Yota is worth? I don't know. My one's worth a lot. Will I make jet? Yeah, so we will be. Yeah, we're working on things like key rings, air fresheners, all that kind of stuff with yeah, shuckers, shibby, 8.6, S13. Like, definitely working on some cool stuff in the background. But it's all taking time. But yeah, unfortunately, you cannot spectate at the track yet. It is still COVID, man. Like, it's tough. And we had a local resident come down today whinging, saying that it's way noisier than normal when we've had drifting on the weekends, and we're just like, it's ridiculous. Like, nothing's any noisier than normal. It's just the fact that we hadn't run the track for so long. These people had got used to it being quiet, and now that the track started up again, there was a guy having a whinge. But ironically, he was riding a really loud motorbike, so whatever. I've been running the track for nearly 4 years. Yeah. Have I thought about doing Afterpay for your site? I don't know. I have thought about the Afterpay thing, but then I'm sort of like, I don't want you guys going into debt trying to buy some shirts, sort of thing. The smarter thing to do is to save.
Have you learned my French or
Wow, that's sick. Anyway, where are we at? Thoughts on the E36 and E46 chassis? I love them. They're actually really, really, really good chassis. The rear ends are a bit shitty from a point of view of the diff tries to pull itself out of the floor. But other than that, really rad. You know, E46 is probably the grippiest chassis you can get right now. As far as if you wanted to make a comp car, it would definitely be, yeah, pretty damn cool. Coming to New Zealand anytime soon. As soon as COVID stuff lifts and D1NZ's back on, I'll be back in D1NZ, or back in NZ for D1NZ. How do you feel like comp driving versus driving Archie and other tracks with mates? I think both are really good. I love comps from a point of view of you tend to see a bunch of people you haven't seen in a really long time, or in my case, all the comps I do are overseas. So, you know, they're definitely mates I haven't seen in a long time. So it's always super good to catch up and also to meet new people and see new places, which is the main reason I like international drifting and all that. Can I shuffle Gambia's date? It's on my wedding weekend, but I don't want to miss it. I'll tell you what, there's a beautiful lake you can get married beside. It's in Mount Gambier. And the best bit is, there's drift cars right there and a drift event. Perfect. I've already got the sound system. So yeah, anyway, let me catch up with it. Any laps with a pro coming back when the Rona settles down? Yeah, absolutely. We'll start doing the ride with the pro back at the track. That's something we're definitely looking forward to being able to have again. But I planning to do Drift Week. So well, I don't know if he's announced it yet, but there's actually going to be another Drift Week this year, mostly aimed at grassroots drivers. I could possibly be going, but I I'm not too sure. I doubt it will happen this year just due to the restrictions. So, but as far as Drift Week 2021 goes, yeah, I would say almost definitely. And with any luck, I would actually send one of my cars from over here rather than buy a American car or a car that I don't know or whatever. I'd love to either ship the 86 or the S13 or whatever I have at that point. Just something that I know that I can really send the shit out of. More so than a car I'm unfamiliar with that I have to build just before the trip. Blah blah blah. I answered it. So Connor Daniels, what's the go with the 180SX parked up at the track, the purple one, etc. When I sell them? As I said in a vlog the other day, those are people's drift cars. They're not my cars. They are people that store the drift cars at the track. So yeah, something they're definitely not mine. And no, I don't think any of them are for sale at the moment. With Drift Masters GP becoming a good comp, would you go back to Europe and try that comp, even though you've been there? Possibly. I've had a few invites for that, but I just haven't had anything like worthwhile. So yeah. Oh, damn it! Just lost where we were all of a sudden. Hold on. Just keep going. Have I ever had a 5-liter Commodore down the track before? Yeah, we've had plenty. Hi, Luke. When am I going to build a nice, clean drift car? I'm confused. Obviously, you haven't seen my S13 convertible, which was like super clean. But it's currently pulled into a million pieces because I'm making it even more super clean. So, and every now and then I put a bunch of new panels on the 350, and that's nice and clean. And my 86 is about to get painted, so I actually love having clean drift cars, but I also love driving a shitload. So that sort of works against it. So yeah. Anyone gonna pass? Anyway, where we at? SR20 swap and FC. Yeah, that would be a good combo. Have I heard about an Astra electric power steering pump? Yeah, I just sold one because they don't work. The power. So I had a Mercedes electric power steering unit in the electric hydraulic setup in the old V10 E46. So if you can find them, they're a Mercedes unit. They're literally about the size of a monster can, but they are really, really, really good if you want to go electric hydraulic. Otherwise, I would stick with regular hydraulic. I wouldn't. I don't think they have any real issues. Um, oh, AJ with another 20, man. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Would I consider renting drift cars to drift eventually? We have Princey's Drift Car Hire down at Archie. I used to do rental cars. I had a couple of them. They got crashed by people that were renting them. And yeah, I just sort of got over it. And it's a very difficult situation in drifting. Like I guess even little things like we had some guys like just plowing ripple strips as if it was a rental go-kart. And it's like, mate, we pulled them up multiple times, like, mate, these are real drift cars. Like it was a Skyline R33 I used to have as a rental car. And the guys were just being reckless with it. And I basically just said, look, anything you damage, you have to actually pay for. Like, you've signed a fairly extensive contract. And they went and, sure enough, broke two of my cars because they were renting two of the cars. But they jumped ripple strips so hard that they smashed the exhaust so hard that it actually broke the turbo. It ended up blowing the turbo. We needed to have the exhaust fixed. It hit the exhaust so hard it actually broke studs on the engine. There was all kinds of stuff to fix. And even though the fix was only like, I think I ended up getting the whole car fixed for like $600, they were still pissed off that they had to pay $600 to repair a car that they destroyed. So yeah, the whole rental car thing for me personally, no, but Princey does rent his car. So, will I ever get a Falcon or Como drift car? Maybe, maybe. So let me just catch up. Yeah, keep trying to catch up. Would I go a YB Cosworth engine or a Japanese alternative? Obviously, price is better going GDM. I've driven a YB Cosworth powered Toyota Starlet, and it was sick. So yeah. The next stage for COVID is meant to be the 17th of next month, so we'll see what happens there. Quit smoking, Princey. Absolutely agree with that comment. Matthew Barker, with regards to the merch, there's been a hold up with the some of the members only stuff. A lot of members only stuff has gone out. I know there's a lot of people that have already commented that have got their stuff. But I know there's a hold up. Basically, the guy that's doing the shirts and jumpers, on top of the t-shirts taking ages to get there, when they finally got there, he did print a bunch, and then a bunch he had an issue with because his flash dryer, I don't know enough about t-shirt printing, but his flash dryer stopped working or malfunctioned or something and damaged a bunch of the shirts that he was printing. And then, yeah, obviously he couldn't finish them, and he had the new bit on the way from Sydney to fix it, and that's all happening at the moment. But we are really hoping stuff like trust me, you can't be any more upset than we are about the fact that there's some merch still waiting to go out, just because we haven't physically got it yet. It shouldn't have taken this long, but yeah. Anyway. If I were to buy a new drift car, what would it be? What's tomorrow's vlog? Will be the one that I was just editing before. Watch Wednesday's vlog, and you'll see a new drift car. Little hint. Little hint that there's one coming. Sorry, just catching up. Ever had a clean FD hit the track? Yes, definitely. We've had a few FDs. Yeah, ask them. Sometimes. All right, I might. Hold on, let me try and work out where we just were. Okay, I'm back. The Z got predominantly, the diff got predominantly fixed today, so you guys will see that in tomorrow's vlog. I trash all my cars? I wouldn't say trash, I just drive them hard. Don't drive them like a pussy. I don't personally have any drift cars to rent. I don't know if I answered that. How long till other shirts come out? Very, very, very soon. That's why I said half of today I was spent in a fairly large meeting trying to get all that stuff going. So yeah, there is a new shirt on the way extremely soon. Like, I'll probably put a post up later tonight after this on my YouTube page to show you guys the new t-shirt that is coming, and also another jumper design. And there's going to be no mucking around with delays or anything. I'm on to another supplier, So we'll be getting all of that stuff done. Everything will be a lot faster moving forward. So honestly, guys, I really apologize so much about the delay at the moment, but that won't be a thing that continues, I promise you. Well, as much as I can do it with, obviously, you know, there's only so much I can do with the COVID situation. As far as I know, that a few places in America, it's taken a really long time to get stuff out there, where a lot of guys in America have already got their stuff and others haven't. So it's sort of like, yeah. Anyway, another question down here. Is the S13 going to stay LS1? It was never LS1, it's LS2. I am going to stick with LS2, but maybe not the LS2 that's there. Can you let graffiti go loose on the 350Z? That is the plan. I just want to wait until the new rear quarter panels come before that happens. When is Archie and when is drifting going back to normal? I don't work in the government. That's pretty much what it comes down to. We just don't know. Yeah. Channel needs a Mustang to go with a Raptor. Yeah. I had that Mustang while my Raptor was getting a service that time, and I just couldn't. I couldn't spend money on a Mustang. It's yeah. Someone said Turbo 3RZs. Turbo 3RZs are sick. RB30 DT swapped 300ZX with a lock kit worth it as a drift car, or stick to the Meta? That's an interesting combination. The 300ZX, as far as like strength wise, is a really strong car. Like I've seen them hit stuff and just sort of bounce off and keep going. But yeah, interesting. I don't see why not. Need some turbo barra in your life. Yeah. Should do a burnout video and full scent and rim bash for the boys. Look, I kind of did. The last video, kind of rim bashed into the wall, then did a big burnout. It's the same. So someone here says, if you get the new engine for the convertible S13, you should fix up the old abandoned A86 and throw the old convertible. So my idea behind that is, yes, I would love to get a completely new setup engine-wise for the S13. And then in theory, I would love to use the Turbo LS package and maybe bolt an auto behind it and go and do big burnouts and just put that in whatever, whether it be, I would, yeah, I probably wouldn't put it in the 8.6, the abandoned 8.6, but I would love to just put it into something interesting and just destroy tires in that thing as a burnout engine. I think that would be pretty sweet. So yeah. Thoughts on LZ putting a Barra in his Mustang? I kind of helped with that idea. Get a VS here and try. Adam's massive turbo. I know what it's for, but I cannot say anything. But it's going to be very cool. It's not for anything that's currently in that you guys have seen on the channel. I can tell you that much. There's another car being built in the background. Oh, AJ, bloody legend, mate. Absolute legend. I don't know why people get weird about PayPal. You don't need to actually have a PayPal account to buy stuff on PayPal. You can just use your card. It's just a pay gateway. You don't actually have to have PayPal to be able to buy stuff. With Nicholas, your question on PayPal there, you literally just use it as a gateway. So you just pay with a card. You don't have to log into it or anything. Yeah. No, rap battle Adam LZ? No, that's one thing a lot of people don't know. Adam definitely can, and he can freestyle hard out too. Adam actually shreds. Am I keeping the hood of the 8.6 the same color? No, I think I'm going to paint it. Should get Super Cheap Auto to sponsor your channel. Tell me about it. I went there like 3 or 4 times today. Oh, it was tough. Oh, wait, where was I up to? Where'd it go? How do I feel about Cressidas? Love them. They're sick. They're pretty good. There's little things that are annoying on them, like the rear camber arms and things like that, but otherwise, they're very good. One F said the world. Yeah, it's interesting there. So Chris Goddard make a video explaining setting up Lockheed's cast to camber and tow, and the comment under it says, "Sounds like people don't watch the vlogs." Well, yeah, because there was a vlog just not long ago explaining the lock kit and caster and camber and tow, etc. But anyway, restore my Pulsar and drop an SR20D in MX5. Oh, I'd definitely put an SR in an MX5, but you're probably better off just buying a 1.8 MX5, I think. Shoey for the boys. Not tonight. Did I bend or break any of the suspension when I broke that wheel? No. That's what I keep saying to people about 350Zs. They just don't break or bend. They're insane. So yeah, I can't be happier with the way the Zs are. And that's all gktech arms in the back of that 350Z as well. None of them bent. I actually checked them today. So it's pretty crazy. I've smashed like 2 wheels off that car recently, very recently. I've smashed 2 wheels and all the arms, everything is all straight. Yeah. The video I did with my wife was great, by the way. My phone sent out. Sick. Summernats 2021. That is a really good question, and the cutoff is literally in a few days' time, and I'm still debating whether to pull the trigger on it. I'm actually need to ring them probably tomorrow and make sure my credit would still be good for 2022 if I wanted to go that way. I'm just unsure if Summernats 2021 is going to be that good because of this whole COVID thing, and yeah, I'll probably say yes right now. I need to make the call tomorrow to Summernats and find out what's going on with my credit from last year, essentially. Nah, that turbo is not for a JZ either. So, and I told you guys it's not a car that's on the channel. It's nothing that's been talked about on the channel yet for Adam's stuff. Anyway. Any tips for insomnia? No, if you have any, let me know. I've had terrible insomnia lately, so yeah, let me know if you know. Any new merch drops coming soon? As I said, I don't because I'm behind. Yes, there is. When can we see you backflip the BMX on the Raptor Jump It Up? The Raptor Jump It Archie isn't there anymore. So yeah, what car should we get as a drift pig? What car should PowerTune Digital get as a drift pig? Use an R33, they're crappy. No, only saying that. But yeah, as for PowerTune guys, you should get like a 350 or 370Z. You just definitely can't complain. I think RX3 Savannah GT might be on for something. Whoa, wow, Johnny. Jesus, thank you. Wow. What a bloody legend. Scarlett, you say thank you to John. Thank you to Johnny. Come say thank you to Johnny.
Oh.
Yeah. Say thank you.
Thank you.
She doesn't understand, but thank you so much. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to catch back up. That's really weird, Nicholas Graham. What happened? It overcharged your cards and then a massive process to get it back. That's weird. Do I know K-pop, as in like Korean pop music? If so, yes, I do know Korean pop music. Anyway, when is the next DCM at Gambia? In theory, it would be November 6, 7, and 8. I did see, read something about Colette's shop getting rammed by the FDRX7. I'd been meaning to ask Adam about it, but yeah. But that, yeah, I did see that there was some beef or something Colette's shop's been having. So I don't know what the hell the deal with that is, and I don't know why. If you're gonna ram a shop, why the hell? And you're in America, like why would you ram a shop with an FDRX7? Wouldn't you ram a shop with a freaking F truck or something? Anyway, how do I follow your path to success? Ah, shit, man, it's very hit and miss. Don't say no to pretty much anything and see how it goes. I just sort of try stuff like, yeah. So I'm just trying to catch up. What ITB manifold am I thinking about for the vert? I showed you guys in a vlog a few days ago, same as what Mitch runs on his 6-liter setup. Spazzo 93. Do I know anyone selling a 370Z front bar that doesn't want an arm and a leg and my left testicle for it? I have no idea. Try that place that I go to for my Z stuff. I forget the name of it. Thoughts on Lep Lab? Good dudes, really good dudes. Hummer Ram Raid. Will you come back to Greece? I really hope so. I freaking love Greece. Really, Greece was really fun. The food in Greece is so good. What is the hardest thing I've had to overcome in my career? What's up?
Where's my blue truck?
Huh?
Where's my blue truck?
Where is your blue truck?
It's gone.
Where's it gone?
It's gone in my bedroom somewhere. Mama.
Well, go get it.
Go get it. Mom.
Anyway, where are we at? What's the hardest thing I've had to overcome in my career? Being fucked around by teams. A few teams have been shitty that I've had to drive through. But yeah, it is what it is. Is the reason I can't do backies in my Cressy because the front left rubs at full lock or because I suck? I don't know, buddy. Daddy's done a video.
It's not in there.
Nobody knows where it is either, buddy. That's a hard one. I would say maybe a combination because it wouldn't be ideal that the front wheel's locking up, but if you were quite versed with backies, you could probably drive through it. But I would say definitely get it to stop rubbing and give it another go. My thoughts on T37s and a Ranger Raptor? Yes, please. Am I still? Who's looking to buy an Integra? Not me. Off-road adventures. G'day. Have I been fired from a normal job? Yeah, most of them. The thing when I've had all my normal jobs, I will happily just leave my normal job if something more interesting. Like I lost lots of normal jobs back in the BMX days because I would need to go to a BMX comp or want to go on a BMX trip and they wouldn't give me the time off, so I'd just leave. And if I had a job when I came back, I had a job when I came back. And then I sort of did the same thing with drifting as well. Yeah, not ideal, but there's always more jobs. And I wasn't like I was mostly driving forklifts, trucks, doing warehouse kind of work anyway. So it's easy to, find another job. Um, what's the go with the Mrs. Sylvia? I wanted to go look at it today, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find time to go check it out. So, how's the transition from a normal work life to a working for yourself, taking the leap? That's a good question because it was very much a situation where I was working quite heaps, like I was working 3 jobs and running started DCA on the side. Then I took it down to sort of 1 job and doing
You used to do
DCA.
a lot of jobs.
I used to do lots of jobs.
Oh.
Well, I still do lots of jobs now, but I was doing like lots of jobs. When you were in mummy's tummy, daddy had 3 jobs.
Oh.
Yeah. Daddy was trying to get all the money in the world so you could have a beautiful, nice, pretty house when you were born. You don't remember because you're a baby. Yeah.
And I was 0.
So yeah, and I guess as far as taking the leap, I was doing DCA full time just for a little bit, but the thing is when I was like, so I sort of stopped doing a regular job. I got fired from my last job, which was driving a skip truck, like a bin truck. I lost that job after I went to Bali and I mixed up my dates of when I was coming back and I ended up coming back like 2 days later than I was meant to. And the guy fired me. And yeah, shit happened. And that sort of pushed me harder to work more on my own stuff. And then, eventually Archie came along and I took over that. And yeah, yeah. What's the craziest thing to happen at Archfield Drift Park? Crash, fights, cops, anything like that? Yeah, a bit of all that. That's about all I'll say on that. Yeah. Thanks, Corey. It does seem like a lot of successful YouTubers were unsuccessful at normal jobs. I would say that's an interesting one because, like, it wasn't like I wasn't like when I was working, I would work like crazy hours. It wouldn't be unbelievable for me to be doing 80 to 100-hour weeks when I was working because I would just work, 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 and then go. You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, having a job where you can earn more money, and a lot of the jobs I would get, I would make sure that they have lots of overtime. So when I am working, I would just work like crazy. So yeah. Um, hmm. Yeah, I was pumping crate, but uh, oh, I was pumping crate just before I got I stopped working. That's right. It wasn't driving the tip trucks. It was doing the concreting. When did I get my first car? 22. How long did it take DCA to get up and running at a decent level? Our first event was actually pretty big. It was one of our biggest events. Basically, because we got Nakamura over, that definitely helped. We had it pretty pumping from the start. We've had times when it's gone better, and it's very much up and down. That's why running of a national series is very stressful because it does go up, down like crazy. Yeah. Love that you do this and be a dad at the same time. Yeah, it's tough. As someone yourself, you'd know as a dodging spice, as you'd know as a father, like trying to fit everything in is can be tough. But my kids are absolute champions. Like Scarlett's literally when I sit here on the computer doing editing and stuff, she'll come and get on her computer and sit next to me, and she'll do her computer work from school and stuff like that. So
I'm only doing it now because I haven't finished this lesson.
okay, calm down. But you're doing your schoolwork. That's good. But I love it when you come sit on your laptop next to daddy. Yeah. So, how much has working for yourself changed your life, stress versus happiness? I would say I'm happier, but probably more stressed. There's definitely at the start with DCA and everything, it was extremely stressful. You know what I mean? Like the regular job, you just go to work and come home. But I think that's just general. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Working for yourself can be a lot more stressful. Does the money you earn from Archie compared to a good wage or a crap wage? I pay myself minimum wage. Yeah, so I pay myself very little. Um, from the actual drift park, I try and just do my other stuff on the side, which then helps with that side of it, I guess. Yeah, I don't actually spend much money on anything. I'm a very big tight ass. Like I can't stress how much of a tight ass I am. I don't buy clothes. I don't buy shoes. Really, I don't buy jeans. All my t-shirts and clothing has been given to me from people. I'm very much a tight ass. What's up?
This is very confusing counting down.
Well, just take your time with it, and you'll get it. Sorry. How do you get into DCA as a competitor? You literally just enter. We're open for all skill levels. Editing software, I use Vegas Pro 17. No, I'm not going to tell Scarlett that. One more. What don't I like people doing at Archie? Popping their tires because it damages the track and potentially costs me lots of money. And being messy in the pits. There's not much you have to do at Archie to there's not a whole lot of rules. It's just don't be a dickhead, basically, and be respectful. Understand that things like when you pop your tires at full speed while you're still sideways, that rim will rip into the track and take huge chunks out of the track, and somebody's going to pay for that. So that's something you really got to think about. And obviously, oil in the pits. I find it not it's like disrespectful to the drift park, but it's also super disrespectful to the people that need to use it after you. Because if you leave an oily patch in the pits, at some point somebody's going to have to lay on the ground where that oil is and work on their car. So I find that side of it really disrespectful more than anything. I haven't not really drifted in 15 years, but own a 500 horsepower JZX90 drift car. Would you suggest relearning to drift in it or purchase a shitter instead? That's a good question. I would say even if you weren't relearning, it's not silly to have a shitter. You know what I mean? Like I know so many guys that have good cars that also have shitters because we love I love my S13, but I don't want to even scratch it. Same with the 86. Like I don't want to even scratch that car, or I don't want to run it against a wall or anything like that. But my 350Z, I crack up laughing. I just bounce it off shit and just run amok. So I would say it's really good to have both because ideally if you can have one car for just thrashing and zero fucks, then that's perfect. And if you can have one for, nice, super clean, mad slides, looking really rad, then you can have that as well. And being a JZX90, I don't know where you're from, if you're from Australia or UK or something, but regardless, parts are kind of difficult to find for a JZX90 unless you're in Japan. So I wouldn't necessarily want to go like smack in the back of a JZX90 where, at 350Z, for instance, I went and bought like four pairs of taillights for $100 the other day. So you know where I'm coming from. How do you go about getting sponsored for drifting? I have no idea. I've never written a proposal in my life. I would say just do lots of drifting and be in lots of places all the time, and you might get lucky. But I wouldn't start drifting and think that you're gonna get sponsored. It's super lucky to get sponsored, I think. Best way to run a business would be to earn as little as possible for your pocket and reinvest a lot of the profit. Well, yeah, exactly right. And that's what we do. Like we put, I've been running Archfield Drift Park for nearly 4 years, and we've invested a huge chunk of what the park's made back into it. over 250,000 back into the park now. So, yeah. Worst YouTube channel you follow but can't help but watch. There's a few that I follow but then don't really watch, but I do occasionally find myself watching. The Summit and I don't know. That's about it. Do I like Queensland to Melbourne? I definitely like Queensland more than Melbourne.
So you didn't like it when you were there?
No, it's too cold. It's even way colder than here.
Way colder than America?
Yeah, no, you like that cold with snow and stuff. Yeah.
Did you see any snow?
In Melbourne? Yeah, I used to go drifting in the snow all the time. You want to see the snow? Oh, we might be able to see it this year.
Yay!
All right, let me catch up. It's a website for rules and rules list for all the DCA info. Try driftchallengeaustralia.com. I don't know if that site's up at the moment. We're having a new site built. But yeah, the main thing with the DCA is the tyre rule. So yeah, just for the next NZ visit, comes down to when the borders are open. How often do you let photographers on the track? When we're running regular nights, as many photographers can come as they want. Yeah. What power steering pump? Hold on. What power steering pump are you putting on the S13? I intend to stick with an LS based pump, but I might get it upgraded, or apparently there's a little trick you can do apparently to make. My idea is to keep with a mechanical pump. So I don't want to use an electric one. Oh, you're in Brizzy, so damn, you got a 500 horsepower JZX90? Bring it down to Archie and let me have a swing. I'll see how she goes. I'm keen. Love a JZX90. We used to have a nice one, but it was auto. Been back to Pickles auctions lately. I got to go there tomorrow and pick up a car. 3 Savannah GT is good at getting information and follows a lot of stuff well. How to go from riding to drifting and setting up life to the drift world? Did it all come along? Being such a good rider and such a good drifter, how did you choose which way to go? Mainly, I think the drifting mostly came after. Drifting more so came after BMX, I guess. I had a pretty bad injury on BMX, and helped the transition. I would say for merchandise, etc. Absolutely, hit me up on my Instagram DMs, Brad. Currently working with a tattooist, but she started working again. Clickbaity stuff and all that sort of thing, and it just sort of does the same thing all the time. Just looking at stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go into that really. Like I'd like to. I just don't. Not really interested in his videos, but I do follow him and I watch some of his stuff. Let me just catch up. What's my favorite place to mungie? Good 5-6 lane highway. Do I miss Adelaide? No, as we should. You got my first car. You got his first car at 11 years old. Damn. Would you ride Skyways on a Doug Mirror tribute? No, but I've got Skyways on my PK Ripper. Can we buy merchandise at the track in the future? So yeah. Can I explain more in depth why I don't like Astra power steering? Astra power steering, that works good. There's always a slight delay, and for my aggressive style of driving, I don't really. It just can't keep up. So yeah. Oh. Shouldn't be, it definitely wouldn't be dropping out on my end. Shouldn't be anyway. My internet's actually.
I got more cards today. I got more cards. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not breaking up. Sorry, guys. I've been like, I pause and read. It might look like it stopped working, but I just stop and read for a second. I just realized it probably looks like it's freezing or something, but it's not. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. This card's not going on. This card's going on. This
Yeah, it might be the Aussie. I'll wrap it up anyway, guys. It's been on for an hour, but thank you guys so much for hanging out, and yeah, I'll answer that one. Any plans with Zach in the future? Yeah, me and Zach have quite a few things lined up. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Sorry there wasn't like a regular video tonight, but I'm gonna jump off this, and I am gonna upload the new T-shirt that is coming. I'll show you guys. And I'm also going to finish editing the video for you guys for tomorrow. So peace out, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm not telling you. How did you do that? How did you go back to
I did thank Johnny, by the way. I did thank Johnny many times.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.